That's the Rockies' first no-hitter. I wish I threw a new no-hitter.
Baseball's lessons go beyond the game. For sports lover Phil Hahn, life throws curveballs.
I would say all of parenting is probably a little bit of a curveball.
Hahn's son is Troy, a fun, sweet 6-year-old. They share a love for sports and a medical diagnosis.
I grew up with ADHD and have sort of learned to live with it myself. And so we saw it and we knew, disruptive in class, can't keep his hands off of other kids. That's when his teacher said, I'd recommend you go see his pediatrician.
Troy's doctor prescribed medication. The problem is, for the last 6 weeks, it's nowhere to be found. Hahn says they've tried filling his son's Adderall prescription at least 20 different pharmacies.
This is my kid, this isn't, if it was for me, I probably wouldn't even be doing that much. But it's my child, and I want to make sure he's set up for success.
So this is a pretty unique situation that I can't say that we've seen before in the psychology or psychiatry community.
Tyler Brannigan is a psychologist with UC Health. He says the shortage will have consequences.
Some of the ramifications are going to be some setbacks in learning that might occur just because of the inability to sustain attention. And then also too, some other symptoms like impulsivity that might lead to some behavioral changes.
Hahn says the lack of medication is already making an impact.
It is.
He just hopes the game changes and his son gets a win.
I don't know what the solution is here.
Dr. Brannigan with UC Health says in 2019, there were about 35 million prescriptions for Adderall, and in 2021, there were 42 million prescriptions for Adderall. He says that 7 million increase is a big reason why we are seeing this shortage right now.
7 million, that makes sense. Also, I just want to highlight again, the father said 20 pharmacies to try to find this. I mean, nobody has time to be able to devote to that.
And the biggest,
you will for your kid, but still.
And that's the thing, he said it. He's like, I will do this for my kid. I don't think I'd do it for me, myself, but for my child, I want my child to be successful. This is like precious time in getting an education. The foundation is layered when you're in you're 6, 7, 8 years old. But yeah, he said 20 pharmacies at the very least. He said 20 to 25. But the biggest challenge is that you can't really call pharmacy and say, hey, you got Adderall, because it's a controlled substance. So then he has to go back to his doctor and get a prescription somewhere else. So it's just this ongoing, like every 48 hours, it's a completely different pharmacy they're efforting.
And
so
a huge burden on this family and many others, I'm sure. Wow. Well, thank you for showing us kind of where that shortage stands today.